Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, football fans out there. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikings and the Owls, now here in Florence, Montana for the Class B State Football Championship between the Bigfork Vikings and the Florence Carlton Falcons here. It's kickoff at 1 o'clock, pregame. And pregame brought to you by Averill's Flathead Lake Lodge, where they proudly supported Bigfork athletics since 1945. Had a chance to do interviews with the seniors, head coach Ed Buttry, as well as head coach or defensive coordinator Ed Buttry and head coach Jim Benn before. And I give you what I had with Ed Buttry here on the pregame show. 406-270-7384. If out there, if you can listen, just text me and let me know that you're catching the game. A lot of Bigfork fans on the far side. We'll get you the particulars. It is 39 degrees, going to be partly cloudy today, getting into low 40s by the end of the ball game, up to 42. So a beautiful day here in Florence, Montana. If you can't make it down for the game and you're listening, I appreciate that. Appreciate all my sponsors here throughout the season, and especially for the state championship game. As Jim Benn and the kids say, I get to broadcast this game today, and I am so excited to be here in Florence to bring that to you. So let's take a look and see what Ed Buttry had to say yesterday when I had a chance to sit down and talk with him. Well, we're here on the pregame show, and just before the Bigfork Vikings get to play in the Class B state championship game. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikings and the Owls. I'm joined by the defensive coordinator, Ed Buttry. And Ed, talking about this game, this reminds me, and I was listening to Boys of Fall, the rendition that John Michaels did after we won the state championship in 2010. We talked about this before, how this team really reminds us of that. They lost 2 regular season games like 2010, and they were able to overcome those opponents in the postseason in 2010. Now the Vikings had that same chance. They lost to Eureka, beat them last week, and now I want to talk about that 2010 because left over from that year, you're one of them. I was on the PA at the time. Connor Coleman, the coach, was a player. Now he's a coach. And then also Matt Pravecchia was the AD. So talk about that and the similarities going into this game and the opportunity you guys have against the Florence Falcons tomorrow.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's been a strange year. It's a little bit deja vu-ish. Not only is it the same scenario, but it happens to be the exact same dates of the year when we played these playoff games. In 2010, like you said, we had lost 2 games. We had lost to Missoula Loyola and to the Fairfield Eagles. And in fact, the score that we lost to Missoula by was the same score that we were beat by Florence the first time we played them. And then we had the opportunity to see both teams again in the playoffs. And just like this Bigfork team, we had grown throughout the season. We'd become stronger. We had figured out where the strengths of our kids were. And we were able to overcome that in the playoffs and win the state championship. So this is a very similar situation. Like I said, it feels a lot like deja vu. Here we are again. I think with what these kids have dealt with this year, with how they've, laced their shoes on and put their pads on and continue to come out and fight every week, no matter what was going on around them or in their community, and found a way to win these games and beat very, very good opponents. So you look at Eureka and Townsend, very, very quality opponents. I think they're champions no matter what happens tomorrow. But they have the hearts of gladiators. They have listened to everything we've asked them to do. They have performed in practice. You'll see most of our kids are still playing football in the 12th week of the season, including those freshmen and sophomores that won't ever see the field in the playoffs. But they've been there on scout team. They're there on the sideline helping our kids. This group believes in themselves, and they've stuck with it. And I think tomorrow that the big advantage we have is that these kids, they are as close a family. They believe in what they're doing. They love their community. They want to fight for their community, and they've got the biggest hearts and souls that you'll ever find in kids. In my 20-some years of coaching, I have never seen heart like these kids have. And I think if there's some good stuff that happens tomorrow, it's going to be because of that.
Well, I look at it, and I want to talk about your defenses. It's just unbelievable. I mean, you've given up in the postseason. You gave up 15 to Townsend, a very tough and talented team. I would say even more talented per se and speed-wise than Eureka was. But Eureka, hard-nosed, fought, and defensive. I think their defense was better than Townsend's, honestly. And you beat them 7-3. And obviously, you went down to Glasgow and shut them out 49-0, so your defense really stepped up there as well. Talk about your defense, what your mindset is. And, I look back at the score of the game against Florence, and I think the difference is going to be there. Can you slow them down and stop them? Because I think you can score against them. They're not as tough a defense as a Eureka or a Townsend that you played.
Yeah, no, that's true. And you have to remember the first time we played Florence, we were pretty banged up. We had a number of substitute starters, and as the game went on, we had some problems with other folks. So it certainly wasn't the team down there in those weeks ago that we're going to have down there tomorrow. But, yeah, we've been blessed with great defense. Our strategy, Coach Benn has been just awesome to work with as a head coach. We talked in the offseason. He gave me some thoughts and ideas as to what he wanted to see the defense look like. And he's really let the defensive coaches, myself included, just run with the show. And we have truly found the strength of our kids. We're a gap team. We're a blitz team. We're a team that really relies on setting the wall and trusting our defensive backfield behind us. We have amazing tacklers. We've got big men up front. And we've got tough as nails linebackers. And it took us a little while to come up with the right combination of folks. But we've done it, and you take the Florence game away, and our defense all year round was just astounding. I think we averaged something like 6 points a game that we gave up. And that's just these kids again. They decided that they're going to fight. They're going to keep teams from scoring. Doesn't matter what's happening on offense. Offense going bad, offense going good, doesn't matter. The defense is going to step up and do their job. And it's the same kids. That's another thing I've never seen in Class B football is one side of the ball struggling and the other side of the ball just really doing well. And that's these kids. They don't hang their heads. Something goes wrong, they pick themselves up. They grab the guy next to them and say, let's get this thing done. And they go to the other side of the ball and they get the job done.
Yeah,
that's pretty special.
It is, and Coach Ben talked about this yesterday, and I'm sure, and some of the kids said this when I talked to them as well, that you get to play in a championship, and it's been 11 years, and you get back and you have another opportunity. What's that like for you? I mean, because you've been here the whole time, being the defensive coordinator and the different kids over the group, because we've had some talent in between that had an opportunity, lost in semifinals. I remember my son's senior year at Malta. I mean, we had some other opportunities to play the state championship, but for this team, I thought they really mentality, especially what I saw against Townsend, was the senior said, "We're not going to lose this one. We're not done today." And I think they've done that for every game so far in the playoffs.
Yeah, and we can feel that as coaches. We've talked about that a number of times when the kids are on the field and we may be behind. Like when Eureka, we were down 3-0 when we were down in Townsend. And as coaches, we look back at it and we go, we knew we were going to win. You could look at the kids and they said, well, this, it's too bad we are where we are right now, but we'll get her done. And they do. And that's also unique. As coaches, we spend a lot of our time preparing the kids to try to find some strategy, to try to find the right people in the right places at the right time. But really, when it comes down to game day, we have very little to do with it. It's the kids. It's their will, it's their drive, it's their heart, it's their physicality that get it done. And these kids, when it comes game time, and that's the hope for tomorrow, as they step in the field, and if they're in that mindset that they're going to win, if they're in the mindset that they don't care that if it's David versus Goliath, they're going to get the job done, they will.
Yeah, I just the seniors and some of the other kids that just have really stepped up this year. It's been a lot of fun, and I take that mindset. I look back in the years I've got to PA and now radio that I get to call a state championship for the first time on radio tomorrow, and I'm really excited about that, because I've enjoyed this team. I've enjoyed all the teams over the years. It's just been a lot of fun, and it's always been enjoyable working with you, and I just think they just that's why they play the games. I mean, on paper, it says Florence is just that much better, but, paper does not decide a game. You got to get out there and play. Heart and desire becomes different. And I look at it here, Florence has had a pretty easy road. Mm-hmm. Played at home, pretty much dominated everybody, and you guys had to play on the road. Travel over 1,500 miles so far. Go to Glasgow, go to Townsend, go up to Eureka. Now we're going down to Florence. And I think that may have brought you closer together and tougher.
Yeah, it's a tight-knit family. These boys have really learned to rely on each other, and these road trips have been good for us. They've made us stronger. I think as you look at the postseason, we've gotten better every week. And it's, again, credit goes completely to the kids. But I think that they've bought into this mentality of we're together, we win together, we lose together, we fight together. Everything's for our community, everything's for Bigfork, and they just get the job done. And quite honestly, in my book, these kids are champions no matter what happens tomorrow. The composure, the strength, the love for each other that they've shown throughout this season, it is a special group of kids. And I think the community should be extremely proud of them. Even the things you look at what happened in Eureka when one of their players was very, very upset after the game, and our players went and picked him up and made sure that he was okay. That just doesn't happen anymore in football, and that's this group of kids.
Well, that's a lot of class. I actually I know the kid, Danny Dunn. I actually, know him because he's a catcher, and I umpire behind him. Just an absolutely fabulous kid. And I was talking to his older brother right after the game, who I've umpired before, and talking about. He goes, that takes to the hats off to the way the Bigfork kids are, and they really play the right way. And that's what I love about Bigfork. And that's a reflection, like I told Coach Ben, of you guys, your coaching staff, and what you expect out of these kids. And that really shows on the field. So I'm excited for tomorrow's game and an opportunity for you guys, get to call it. And I appreciate always being with you, Ed. It's fun. Maybe one of these years when you're retired that these road trips, we've taken a lot, but that maybe we'll work together on the radio. It'd be fun. So, Hey, good luck tomorrow. And I just appreciate your time on the pregame and postgame. As always, it's always fun getting to talk to you guys and be part of this as well. So all I got to say is let's go Vikes.
Go Vikes. Thank you.
All right, that was Ed Buttry yesterday, and then I have more pregame interviews with the seniors, and then we'll get Coach Jim Benn as well as the pregame continues here from Florence. It's James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and Valleys from Florence, Montana. Get ready for the Class B state championship game between the Bigfork Vikings and the Florence Carlton Falcons, and we'll continue here pregame with the seniors. Well, welcome to Friday Night Lights Viking football here on BFSD Events here on YouTube. Along with the 12 seniors, guess what? It is going to be your final game coming up on Saturday, isn't it? And what game is that? It's the championship game. The Bigfork Vikings take on the Florence Falcons on Saturday, 1 o'clock, for the state championship in Class B. What do you guys think about that? Anybody?
It's awesome. It's Andrew Olson. It's just something that hasn't been done in a while, and we have a good chance of redoing what the 2010 team did.
Do you guys know that on Saturday the 20th, it's the exact same day, the exact same time that the 2010 team played in the championship game here at home against Fairfield?
Pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
What gets it for me is just comparing ourselves to teams that we thought were great, which would be like that senior class our freshman year, or just other years since that state championship team. And then we looked up to those guys, and all of a sudden we're in that position and we've made it farther than any of them. And it's a crazy feeling to finally get there.
And I say that's why they play the games, right? On paper, it says one thing, but you still play the games. You never know what's going to happen. And just like last week, you guys, the 2010 team lost to Loyola in the regular season and beat them. You guys lost to Eureka in the regular season, and then you guys had a heck of a battle against them, a defensive struggle, if you will, but making the plays at the right time. Avenging one of the losses you had the regular season. Now coming up on Saturday, you have the opportunity to do the same thing since you lost to Florence in the regular season, to beat them in the postseason, and this time in the championship game, just like the 2010 team beat Fairfield, who they lost to in the regular season for the championship. Pretty special, isn't it? And I've talked to one of the coaches that's been here back then, Coach Buttry. He was a part of that team. And I don't think anybody else except myself, Matt Pravecchia, was here. He was the AD at the time. I PA'd the game up on the field. I remember and you guys remind me so much because of the strength of your senior class, just like that class of that 2010 team. I mean, and you guys can do that same thing coming up on Saturday. What do you think about that, Patrick?
I think it's a special opportunity. Just kind of trying to keep it out of my head that we did it, because we're there, but we still got a little bit to finish off. So just trying to keep that in my mind that we're there. We just got a little further to go.
Anybody else have anything to say? Anybody who was at the championship game in 2010? Patrick, Trey, Abney, Levi. That was pretty crazy, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. The frozen field, kids playing in tennis shoes, 8.6 to go, 4th and 7, slant, touchdown. Mm-hmm. I remember everything about every one of those games back then. And you guys have that same opportunity to write history for another big victory. So regardless, I'm going to say this, win or lose on Saturday, you guys had a phenomenal year. But I know what you guys want, what your goal is, and coming up on Saturday. You have a tough foe, a very, very good team, just like you faced against Eureka, just like you faced against Townsend. You have a tough team coming up on Saturday. How do you guys feel about that? What's your mindset going into the game, George?
My mindset is just give it 100% every play, because this is the last one. We're fighting for one more. This is the one more, and this is it. So just give 100% on everything and leave nothing.
Yeah, guys, this is the last time you guys will suit up as a Bigfork Viking coming up on Saturday in high school. Last time. Some of you guys will go on and play college ball, but this is the last time to represent your school. How does that make you feel? Anybody?
Von Penley. I think personally, I'm gonna miss them. I'm probably not gonna go and play college ball, but I think some of it was more than just actually killing Eureka, beating those foes. I think it was kind of like all the stuff that happened through the season, like bunking in rooms with friends and stuff, and crazy stuff happening, and all that. But honestly, I think that's what I'm gonna remember. It's not just the winning; it's probably just all the weird, wonky stuff that I gotta see.
I think grateful is a good way to describe it. I think every single one of us is grateful that we've got to play high school football 4 years in a row for the best high school in Montana, and just the fact that we get to be Vikings is truly really awesome. Red, white, and blue, greatest 3 colors ever, and represent the nation, and we represent our high school. So we're really happy that we get to play.
That's Levi Taylor, by the way.
Those are the best. Oh, I know.
So, because you guys, I think to last year where there's teams around this country that couldn't play because of the COVID thing, and you guys were able to play a full season, although you didn't get past the first round your last couple of years, but now you're in the championship game. chance to bring home a state championship. So,
Yeah, it's the get to mentality that Coach Benn's always talking about. Part of it is like losing in the first round. You don't always get to play in the quarterfinals or the semis. And then with COVID, it was like people were getting quarantined left and right. Obviously you don't. It's not you don't just get given this time to play. You get to play. And then so it's really just it's been a big thing for us this year, where it's like we get to because we will go do it, because we're gonna control our own destiny here and do what we can.
yeah, you guys have done that. You guys have done that all year. So I want to say it. I've had a lot of fun following you guys, being able to PA the games and then obviously broadcast the games. Just been some phenomenal games, especially the playoff games. Just really, really tough games, and you guys never quit. You seniors say, no, we're one more game. We're not going to end it here, and you've got it done in every game so far. But this one's your last one. So I am really looking forward to the game and broadcasting another championship game. For me, my first one on the radio, last one I was PA, but I'm looking forward to watching you guys play and give them heck on Saturday. So if you guys don't have anything else to say, I'm just going to say, hey, let's go Vikes.
Well, wrapping it up with the seniors, and I'll get Coach Jim Benn, but one thing I forgot back in 2010, Matt Pavecchia was obviously the AD then, and I was PAing, but Buttry was the defensive coordinator. But the other player, I forgot, Connor Coleman was the tight end defensive end on that team that won the state championship, and now he's a assistant coach for the Vikes. So continuing on with pregame and the head coach, Jim Benn, what he had to say when I interviewed him.
Well, we'll continue with pregame with head coach Jim Benn. Getting ready, Coach. Last game of the season, but a very, very, very important game and an opportunity for you and your kids, and especially the year this year. You're taking on Florence in the championship ball game for the Class B championship. So talk about your team the whole year, never die, and through the playoffs you've played Townsend and Eureka really tough, and then now that gives you the opportunity to play in the championship.
Well, one thing I think we could definitely have over anyone is we've had the toughest road because we've had the longest road, and I think that is, if there's a benefit to having to travel, it's that your team has no choice but to get closer because they're literally forced to be closer, and I think that's I can tell this group has gotten tighter and tighter and tighter every week, and you could just kind of see that last week where they weren't gonna go away quietly.
Well, that was just I thought the Townsend game was unreal. This last one, Eureka, was just a fist fight, if you will. I mean, real defensive struggle and turnovers, and then you guys just made the plays when you had to in the right situation to get in the end zone and hold on for a 7-3 ball win to get you in the championship.
Yeah, it was just a gritty performance, and we had chances to come unraveled because of penalties or because of plays that Eureka made, and unlike the first time we played Eureka, nobody got flustered by that. And that's really an important message for the kids going forward is you can't control what's happened in the past. You just got to move forward, and they did a really nice job, I felt like that. Instead of being upset that something happened, they just said, okay, what's next?
Yeah, flush it and what is next. So like I told the kids earlier, coming up on Saturday, and I bring this back to the 2010 team 11 years ago. They played on the same day at the same time, but they played at home where you have to play on the road. So a little tougher foe for you guys, but you've taken care of the one team you lost during the regular season so far in the semifinals. Now you get that opportunity in the championship, just like the 2010 team. lost at the Fairfield and were able to take care of them in the championship. Now you have an opportunity to go down there in Florence and take on the Falcons and avenge that loss, if you will, and win a championship.
Yep. Well, if you look at the back of our helmets, we have an insignia on it that says "Get to," and it's our philosophy, and it's something we talk about a lot. A lot of times you get into that mentality of, well, we have to do this. You have to go on the road. You have to, we got to go on the road, and we got to keep playing week after week, and we get to play a great team, and we get to see. There's no conjecture. There's nothing about it except we get to go play, and we'll do the best we can. And I'd love to be able to pull the Joe Namath and make a bold and crazy prediction, but these kids have earned the right to be in the state championship game, and it's a special thing, and it's a special time, and I'm just trying to appreciate it because in 29 years of coaching, this is the one I've been in, and I've coached on some great teams, and this group is the one that kind of broke through and did it, and I love them and I appreciate them.
And we all can see that about you and your coaching staff with the kids. And they were talking about that get to, because we talked about last year COVID. There's teams around the country that didn't get to play, and we got to. Braden Goosey was talking about it, and Levi and stuff. About we get to play, and that's just a tremendous honor. And what I told them, I says, I don't care win or lose. You made the championship game. Obviously, you'd like to the latter, but I'm so proud, and I've had a blast, this year covering you guys at home and on the road. It's been a lot of fun, and I compare these guys, like I've told you before, back to that 2010 team, because the only guys that are left that were part of that, are Ed Buttry and myself. I was the PA. Yeah, I forgot. That's right. Connor was on that 2010 team who won the state championship out playing there. So, that was a pretty special team of seniors. The same thing you have here.
Yeah, and I got to coach Connor in the Class B game after that, and got to know him a little bit there. And there is probably nobody more connected to this group of kids than Connor. I think he started coaching them in 4th or 5th grade, and has followed them through. And today is a pretty emotional day for Connor, and he's a great connection to Coach Emsley's program.
Yep.
Back to and I have such tremendous respect for what Coach Emsley built here, because it was in pretty dire straits before he took over, and what he's done for this program and what he did for this program is echoing right now, and it set the bar as high as it should be. And that's the thing that's amazing, is it's great to come to a place where there's expectation.
Yeah, and there was. 2009, they tied for the conference championship, but because of point differential, only 2 teams went. They didn't get to go to the playoffs that year, but then after that, since 2010, when they won the state championship, they've been in the playoffs every year since here at Bigfork High School. And yeah, we do, that tradition that you're keeping going here, we're playing for another state championship 11 years later.
Yeah, and that's you want to make sure you honor the tradition, and although our styles might be a touch different, I have tremendous respect for Coach Emsley, and I'm proud to be a Bigfork Viking now, and I hope to uphold that as a coach, and more than anything, these kids have, and they're proud to be Bigfork Vikings. And and I think everybody in Bigfork should be proud of them and the character and the class that they show on a weekly basis.
Well, I know from me, and I know people around there talk about the kids and the stuff that people that listen, and they're talking about the kids when they text me and stuff during the game, and they really appreciate these kids. And I've been involved with Bigfork since back in 2000, starting in baseball, and I just like the way Bigfork does things with good sportsmanship. And it's like after the end of the Eureka game, when that kid for Eureka was on his knees, and Levi and the kids went and consoled him. That just showed so much of the character of the kids here, and you as coaches and your coaching staff are part of that, and that's how you make the kids play, and I respect that a lot.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in wins and losses, but part of the reason we do extracurriculars is to teach life lessons, and we talk to the kids about failing safely. And part of why we play sports is to teach us how to fail safely and how to overcome adversity, how to fight through pain, how to how to bounce back, and how to have a good time, and how to be part of something. And I think it's an important part of what we do as educators, and and I think of the things it's done for me in my life, and how it's changed me as a person. And I'm very appreciative that I've been able to do this for as long as I have, and and I feel very lucky about all of it.
Well, I'm really looking forward to the game on Saturday, and the kids going out there and play, and being able to broadcast and bring it to the folks that can't make it. I know there are going to be a ton of fans that are going to come down there, just like they are in Eureka, to support the kids on Saturday. It's going to be a crazy time down in that Missoula area with another game going on, but the most important one I'm going to tell you is the Vikings and Florence in the state championship. So all I got to say is good luck, and let's go Vikes.
Thank you.
Well, folks, I know a long pregame, but I had a chance to talk with Buttry, who was here in 2010, then Coach Benn and the senior kids, their last ball game as seniors, the last time they'll play for the Vikings in their football career, as they will graduate in June. So great to have them on. Flathead Lake Lodge bringing you the pregame show. Hey, doing the introductions for the starting lineups. On the record, Bigfork is 9-2 on the season. Their 2 losses, obviously, during the regular season, 14-13 to Eureka on the 15th of October, then losing to Florence 63-26 on the 21st. I think it'll be a different ball game today here in the state championship. The Falcons 11-0 on the season, unbeaten. Then they have common foes, and both of them took care of business against that. So let's get to your starting lineup. It's brought to you by Hanson Excavating, demolition and site preparation, excavating and grading. In business for 30 years. Fred Hanson, 837-1051, or hansonexcavating.com. First of all, the starters for the Florence Carlton Falcons. It's their starting offense. It'll be a senior wide receiver at 6'2", 170 pounds. Number 1, Levi Posey, a very good basketball player as well. Also at wide receiver, a 5'10", senior, 150 pounds. Number 3, Caden Zalewski. Another wide receiver, 5'11", senior, 185 pounds. Number 5, Blake Shoop. At quarterback, it's the junior, 6'2", 195 pounds. The coach's son, number 15, Pat Duchesne. At running back, 5'11", senior, 185 pounds. Number 32, Tristan Payette. At tight end, it'll be senior, 6'1", 215-pound. Number 44, Luke Mackey. Going down the offensive line at right tackle, it'll be 6'3", senior, 245 pounds. Number 50, Jared Paulo. At right guard, a 205-pound, 5'8", sophomore, number 55, Lance Burrows. The center, at 6 foot even, 240 pounds, senior, number 57, Jaron McNair. At left guard, 190 pounds, 5'8", sophomore, number 66, Ari McLaughlin. Excuse me. And then the left tackle at 6'4", 275 pounds, senior, number 35, Ethan Abbott, for head coach Pat Duchesne. This is by Adam Goodnight, Quinn Chamberlain, Tono Lippi, Keenan Hendrickson, and Eric Burrows. The starting lineup, the offense for the Vikings will go center at 6'3", 308-pound, senior, number 77, George Brown. At 287 pounds, 6'3", senior tackle, or excuse me, I should go 6'1", 204-pound senior guard, and 51, Jordan Betts. At 6 foot even, 260-pound junior guard, number 66, Ethan Rodriguez. The tackles at 6'1", 300-pound senior, number 72, Trey Rodriguez. And 287 pounds, 6'3" senior tackle, number 74, Captain Braden Goosey. At tight end, 6'3", 190-pound junior tight end, number 10, Bryce Gilliard. The wide receivers, first of all, 6'4", 212-pound junior, number 6, Nick Walker. And then a 6'2", 170-pound junior wide receiver, number 9, Isaac Epperly. The running backs, that's 168 pounds, a 5'10 senior, number 11, George Buckland. And then a 5'10, 205-pound senior, running back, captain number 3, Levi Taylor. And then the quarterback for the Vikings, 5'10", 172 pounds, senior quarterback, Captain Patrick Wallen. For head coach Jim Benn, assisted by Adam Jort, Connor Coleman, Ed Buttry, Eric Thornes, and Tristan Clark. The managers for the Vikes are Liz Hood, Delcy Stewart, and Emma Stafford here. And this time I can see things on the streaming in. Rebecca Gillard says, let's go Vikes. Jim Abney, let's get her done, Vikes, here in Florence, Montana. Get ready for the coin toss. Coin toss brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. For all your grocery needs, includes an amazing bakery and deli, 8111 Highway 35, Bigfork, Montana, 837-5010. And that brings your coin toss. Get ready to come out and do that right now. Here in the state championship game, it's about 39 degrees, partly cloudy here. Sun shining through, a nice day here in Florence. Although in places, the floor I seen out there in pregame, the field is a little slippery. And let's take a look at the captains for the coin toss, brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. It's number 44, Luke Mackey. Number 15, Pat Duchesne. Number 57, Jaron McNair. And number 5, Blake Shoup for the Falcons. For the Vikings, number 74, Braden Goosey. Number 3, Levi Taylor. Number 21 is Jackson Abney. And number 2, Patrick Wallen for the coin toss here in Florence in the state championship game here from Florence, Montana. John Postlewaite, go get some Vikes. Yes, a lot of folks on the far side for the Vikings lined up. There's probably 300-400 folks over there ready to spread out, ready to watch the game. A lot of folks on this side is here in Florence. I know there's some other game going on, but this is the game that's happening right now as the Vikings get to play for a state championship, and played 11 years ago on this date back in 2010 to a T. The date was the 20th of November. That was up in Bigfork. Conditions a little bit different. The field was frozen that day. Here we got a nice day, and it's going to both be in the low 40s. And it looks like Florence has won the toss, and they'll defer to the second half. And that means Florence is going to kick off to the Vikings from the south, and the Vikes will come out of the north here. Yeah, just finished press box, so inside this time. They finish up the windows, and that was a nice surprise here in Florence from the press box, and getting ready to get underway here in Florence, Montana. The 2021 Class B State Championship football game. It's the Vikings taking on the Falcons here from Florence, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and Vows. Glad to be here with you in Florence for the ball game. And getting ready to go. Things underway. 406-270-7384, or if you're listening, you can chat online. I'll pick that up as well. Let me know you're listening to the ball game out there and enjoying it. Thanks for joining me here. And kickoff brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. Doug Malum and Nancy Malum. What's keeping you from getting fit? Discounted guest passes, personal training, Pilates, a lot more. 850 Holt Drive in Bigfork. 837-2582. The Montana Athletic Club. Back deep. Epperly in the middle to receive. On one side is Hurd. That's Wyatt Hurd. The other side is Joseph Ferrier to receive here in Florence. And we're about ready to get underway. And kicking off for Florence. Let me check the number here momentarily from the zone 40. It'll be number 3 for Florence. That's Caleb Zalewski kicking off. And we're about ready to go and get underway here, right on schedule. Howlitzer. Let's go Vikes. Deep. Wyatt Hurd inside the 10 at the 8. He's going to go up the left side. He's out to the 20, at 25, out to the 30. A nice return all the way out near the 40-yard line for the Vikes. And a great return by Wyatt Hurd.
He picks it up at the Bigfork 8-yard line and takes it about 32 yards back. Let's see where they marked that. He might have went out of bounds earlier than that, and it looks to be so. And they're going to spot it actually at the 36-yard line. So on that, a 28-yard return. First down and 1st and 10 for Bigfork. From their own 36, they'll go I formation. Wallen under center. Two receivers out to the left side. And the snap run rate. Wallen's going to give it to Buckland. Buckland right up the middle. Across the 40, across the 45, out near the 46, close to a first down. Actually, they're going to spot it at the 45, so 1 yard short. He picks up 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 1 for Bigfork. So opening up, Jack and Donna Gannier. Vern and Marla Childers looting from Bigfork as well. And 2nd down, I formation. Wallen snap, gives it up Taylor. Taylor crosses out to near the 50-yard line. And that'll be enough for a first down as he picks up 5 on the play, and they'll spot it right at midfield for the Vikings. So the Vikings coming out strong early, rushing the ball. Charlotte ball, go Vikes. And the announcer here giving some enthusiasm for both teams. Like to hear that. And they'll go I formation. Walker, Epperly out to the left side. Wallen under center. Right up. Buckland gashes through the Florence defense down into Florence territory farther, down to about the 43-yard line. And they'll spot it at the 43. He picks up 7. That's going to bring down 2nd and 3 from the Falcons' 43-yard line here early. With 10:39 to go, it's the Vikings. And we'll call it 2nd and a long 3. I formation, Wallen under center. The snap, Wallen's going to give it the second guy through Buckland. Buckland wrapped up there and brought down their number 16 and number 24 in on the stop. Zach Dixon and 24 Colton Rice. He loses a couple back to the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Vikes here early. Walker, Epperly out to the right side. Wallen will go shotgun formation. Taylor on his right side. Wallen looking to throw. Swing pass out to Taylor. Taylor running start. And he's going to get across for the first down. He takes it out of bounds. Taken out by number 3, Caden Zalewski. He crosses it down to the 39. That'll be enough for a first down for the Vikes. And a nice swing pass, a bubble screen from Wallen to Taylor. He takes it down actually to the 39-yard line on the right hash. Bigfork 1st and 10. They'll send Epperly wide to the left. And they'll go stacked. Trip stacked on tight on the right side. Wallen up. Inside handoff. Taylor gives it up to Buckland. Buckland maybe with the carry. Colton Rice on the stop, number 24. It loses about 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12. And they're calling 2nd 11 on the scoreboard. A long 11. As it's just inside the 40. We'll call it 2nd and 11 for Bigfork. They'll go shotgun formation. Receiver on each side. Motion goes Buckland. Going to hand it up. Wallen rolling out to his left. Looking deep. He's got Gilliard. Gilliard just overthrown on the coverage is Duchesne. Pat Duchesne. And it'll be incomplete. 3rd and 11 for Bigfork from the 40. And they spotted a little bit. They should move that forward. It'll be 3rd and 11 for Bigfork. 9:08 to go here in the first quarter, and no score on the UPS Store scoreboard. Wallen will go shotgun. Trips out to the right side. Levi Taylor on his right side. Wallen get a roll to his right, looking, backside screen to Gilliard, and Gilliard slips down, at about the 47-yard line. Like I told you, the field is a little slippery today. James Meyer, let's go Vikings, listening back all the way back to the 47-yard line. And they got to get down to the 29. So 4th and 18 for the Vikes. And back deep to receive is Caden Zalewski along with 32. Tristan Payette and Joseph Ferrier on to punt for the Vikes, trying to pin the Falcons deep. Nice punt. Kicks it all the way down inside. Back at the 5 is Zalewski. He's going to run it out to the left side. Zalewski. Look like there goes a flag flying. And Betts in on the stop of Zalewski outside the 40, and along with Levi Taylor as Zalewski runs up the left side, but I could see that one there. A block in the back is the initial indication against the Falcons at about the 32-yard line, as one of the Bigfork guys was going in to make the tackle and got shoved from the side behind him. So 10 yards from the spot, and that'll push the Falcons back. We'll see it from the 32. Looks like it's going to go back to, where they spot it. It should be at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. They'll send one receiver out to the left, trips out to the right on the wide side. Duchesne in shotgun formation with Payette next to him. Payette goes in motion out to the left. Duchesne alone in shotgun formation. And Duchesne looking to pass. He's got a man deep over the middle and caught there. Mackey down in Bigfork territory as Mackey hit the seam and wide open on the post route. Down to the Bigfork 46-yard line, and the Falcons open up. Tackle made there by Buckland, the safety for Bigfork. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Vikings 46, 7:45 to go here in the first quarter. No score on the UPS scoreboard. Shotgun formation. Duchesne's going to keep it. Slips down in the backfield. Betts right there. And taken down as Betts makes sure he doesn't go anywhere. He picks up 2, 2nd and 8 down to the 44-yard line. Here in the first quarter of the state championship ball game. 7:20 and counting. Doubles either side. Shotgun formation. Payette next to Duchesne on his left side for the Falcons. Snap. Looking to pass. Throws it out. Screen to Payette. Payette's going to go out of bounds. Run out of bounds by Levi Taylor. Inside the 40. Down to the 37-yard line. Close to a first down. Looks like it's going to be about a yard short. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Falcons. They'll send doubles again, 2 out to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Guy on the wing side, Payette on the right side, Duchesne. And Mackey moves over to the left side. It's going to give it out to Payette. Payette running right up the middle and brought down by Venegas along with Abney, but not before Payette gets inside the 25, down to the 22. And 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Viking 22-yard line. Shotgun formation, Duchesne, Payette on his right side. Trips out to the right. Single receiver out left. Duchesne takes the snap. He's going to roll out right, looking for a guy deep. Try to put pressure on. Throws a deep guy open way in the back of the end zone, but Buckland was right there on the coverage of Shoup, and Duchesne's pass sails over the top of Shoup out of bounds. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10. 6:34 to go here in the first quarter of the state championship ball game. No score on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Trips out to the left side, the short side. Ball in the middle of the field. Duchesne, shotgun formation. Payette on his left side. 1 receiver out to the right. And going to hand it out to Payette. But right there, the Vikings, Goosey and Betts right up the middle. As Payette has nowhere to go, they wrap him up immediately and actually get him for a loss. And I'll take it back to the 26-yard line And 3rd and 14 for the Falcons. So a big 3rd down here for the Vikings. They'll send 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Duchesne, shotgun formation. Pyatt on his right side. Mackey moves over to the left. Duchesne looking to roll, screen backside. Right there, nice. Up and grabbing that is Posey, but right there is Wyatt Johnson on the tackle. Actually, he's going to lose, or no gain, excuse me. It'll be 4th and 14. And Wyatt Johnson, the nice job. Mary Charlebois, let's go, Vikes. So it's 5:28 to go and counting here in the first quarter. The Falcons with a 4th and 14, a big 4th down in Bigfork territory for the Vikings. Here, they'll send trips out, stacked, far right side. Double receivers on the left. Duchesne alone in the backfield. Mackey will go in motion, looking across, and Duchesne rolling out. Hits him. Mackey open, can't keep up with him. Buckland runs him out of bounds inside the 10. Or excuse me, inside the 10 down to the 9. It'll be 1st and goal. And on the pass from Duchesne to Mackey. And 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Mackey dragging across from right to left. Duchesne shotgun formation. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Pyatt next to Duchesne in the backfield on his left side. Duchesne hands it up to Pyatt. Pyatt looking, but grabbed right there. Fumble on the ground as Walker was trying to bring him down and recovered up by one of the linemen. 57 for Jaron McNair, but a fumble as Mackey was fighting for yards. He maybe picked up a 1 yard down to the 8. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8, and they'll send trips out to the right side. Single receiver left. Duchesne, shotgun formation, the junior quarterback for the Falcons. Pyatt on his right side. Pyatt moves to the left side of Duchesne. Mackey in motion, right to left. Going to hand it up to Pyatt. Pyatt right there. Trying to break to the outside is Pyatt. Flag flies in late. That's the area of holding and a touchdown for the Falcons, but I think that's going to come back. Against Florence, yep, and that is the indication, holding. That'll cost them 10 yards right at the 8. That'll take them all the way back to the 18, It'll be 2nd and goal from the 18 for the Falcons. Christian Kerr, go Vikes. The quarterback for the 2010 state championship team, number 16, Christian Kerr. Listening in, trips out to the left side, ball in the middle of the field. Single receiver out to the right. Pyatt next to Duchesne. Shotgun formation for the Falcons. Snap. Duchesne drops it. He snaps it, and Bigfork, fumble all the way back. And Bigfork recovers it. As Duchesne cannot pick it up. And a huge play there by Wyatt Johnson. Recovers for the Vikings at their own 40-yard line, folks. Duchesne initially fumbled it, thought he had it picked up, couldn't pick it up, dropped it again, and then tried to pick it up and lost it. And it comes out, squirts out, as the middle of that field is awfully slick today. And Wyatt Johnson right there, number 43, recovers it for the Vikings at their own 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes. So a huge stop and turnover there by Bigfork. 4:08 to go here in the state championship ball game. Shotgun formation, Wallen. Taylor right next to him. Going to hand it off to Taylor. Taylor going to go left side. Grab from behind. And 44 on the tackle, Luke Mackey. And he'll lose a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Bonnie and Roger cheering from Creston as well. So it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Vikes. Epperly wide to the right. Walker stacked with trips tight on the left side. Shotgun formation. Wallen going to hand it off to Buckland. Buckland right up the middle, going to fight for yardage. He gets down here, out near the 45, and they're going to say his forward progress was stopped right at the 45-yard line. So he picks up 6 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 right at the 45-yard line of Bigfork. And 3:08 and counting here in the first quarter. No score yet on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. Nick Walker in the slot on the right side. Epperly wide to the right. Buckland on the left wing. Wallen, shotgun formation. Buckland goes in motion over to the right side. Now trips, and timeout will be taken by the Vikes. Coach Jim Benn did not like something. So his first time out here in the first half. 2:47 to go. No score here in the Class B state championship ball game between the Florence Falcons and the Bigfork Vikings. And the Bigfork coming up with a big 3rd down. 3rd and 5 at their own 45. Janine Reichenbach listening proudly. Thank you for the kind words, Janine. Appreciate that. And thanks to you folks out there listening. No score here on their Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. I got to say a big shout out to all of my sponsors: Bigfork Harvest Foods, the Montana Athletic Club, the UPS store, Brad Stodsill and the gang, Flathead Lake Lodge, the Averils, and Dak Van Fossen as well, and Fred Hansen and Hansen Excavating for sponsoring these broadcasts. So we'll send out Walker wide right. Epperle will be on the left side. We'll go I formation. Buckland be behind Taylor, and Wallen will go under center for the Vikes. Snap, looks, gives it up, right up the middle of Buckland. He's at the 50, he's down in the 40, he's at the 30, taken down inside the 30-yard line, down near the 32, and Buckland takes the handoff and rushes right up the middle. Nice blocking by the line. And they'll take it down inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes. And right through the left side goes George Buckland. And Taylor leading the way in that offensive line. So a good timeout taken by Coach Benn to get that straight on 3rd and 5. They can take it all the way down to the 32. Epperle out to the left. Walker out to the right. I formation. Waller will go under center. Taylor. Buckland behind him. Going to have Taylor left side. Slips on the turf there. A little bit slick in the middle, and Mackey right there on the stop for the Falcons. So no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Vikings with 1:50 and counting here in the first quarter. The Class B state championship ball game here from Florence, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice in the Vikes. Other Vikes and Vows, glad to be with you here on Championship Saturday. Walker, wide left. Epperle, wide right. Wallen, under center. Taylor, Buckland, dotting the I. Wallen gets it off to Buckland. Buckland brought down and maybe lost a yard or two. 21, Caden Taylor on the stop for the Falcons. Back to the 30. So he loses 3. It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Vikes. And this is probably 2-down territory for Coach Benn. They're at the 30-yard line of Florence. They'll send Walker and Epperle wide to the right. Wallen shotgun formation looking. He's rolling out to the right. Backside, Buckland. That was red on the screen to Buckland. And 22, Jace Pedersen on the stop. All the way back to the 38-yard line. And 4th and 20 for the Vikes. So what does Coach do here with 25 seconds to go? Is he going to punt? I'm not sure if the time. Hands raised up. He may take time's counting down. They're going to see if they can get him to jump. Flag flies from the back judge. That usually is a delay of game. And I don't think the Vikings matter because I think they're going to actually punt and give Farrier a little more room. They'll take it out to the 43-yard line, and that's what's going to happen. They're trying to see if Florence would jump on that and give them a free 5 yards, but that didn't happen. So it'll be 4th and 25 from the 43-yard line. I know they got it marked at the 48, but it's not at the 48. It's a 43. Farrier will punt. Payette and Zalewski back deep to receive the punt from Farrier. Farrier gets the kickoff off the right side. And look at good Bigfork roll and rolls out of bounds inside the 25 and be out at the 21.
And that concludes the first quarter. The score tied at 0.
And make sure where they're spotting that. Actually, at the 22-yard line, it goes out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 22. That's the end of the first quarter. And no score on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard here from Florence, Montana, between the state championship ball game, Class B, from Florence, Montana, between the Bigfork Vikings and the Florence Falcons. And it will be 1st and 10 from the Falcon 22 as we come back here. And now the Falcons will move north to south on your dial. And we'll be back with the second quarter here from Florence, Montana on BFST Events here on YouTube. Viking football, the state championship ball game here in Florence. All right, welcome back to Florence, Montana, Class B state championship ball game. James LaFontaine with you. And Shane will go shotgun formation. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 wide right, or 2 to the left, 1 wide right. And Payette next to DeShane on his right side. Motion. Fly sweep. Nowhere to go. And right there, Wyatt Johnson and Venegas on the stop of Shoot. Shoot will pick up maybe a yard. We'll give him a yard, 2nd and 9 on the play. 406-270-7384, or you can chat online. Tell me you're listening out there. And they'll send a receiver out to the right, to the left. DeShane. Payette on his left side. Shotgun formation for the Falcons. A snap. DeShane looking to throw deep. Pressure put on him. He throws it down the middle. Right there is Buckland on Shoot. Pass intended for Shoot at the 40. And Buckland on the coverage over Shoop's hand as he goes up for it and can't quite come down with it. And he comes down pretty hard. Shake it up a little bit, and he'll go out of the ball game. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Falcons from their own 23-yard line. So a big 3rd down for the Vikes here. And they'll send Zalewski out to the right. Stacked. Trips on the left side. DeShane, shotgun formation. DeShane looking to throw deep, throws it over the middle, and right there caught. And Abney is going to bring him down, and Wallen out to the 42-yard line on the reception by number 22, Jace Pedersen. So Abney and Wallen on the stop of Pedersen. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 42 for Florence. And DeShane will go shotgun. Trips out to the left. Single receiver on the right side. Ball on the right hash. DeShane looking. DeShane's going to keep it right up the middle. Goosey grabs him. He's not going to go anywhere as Goosey has him by the jersey. And a flag flies in. So a personal foul on Bigfork face mask from the 40. They can take it down into Bigfork territory at the 44-yard line, and 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Otherwise, Goosey had him in the backfield on the keeper by Duchesne. Trips out to the left side. Single receiver on the right. Duchesne with Payette on his left side in shotgun formation. Duchesne takes a snap. Looking, he rolls out to the left. Pressure put on. Underneath, throws it wide open. Mackey up the sideline. Knocked out of bounds by Wallen on the far side. Abney knocks him out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the 30 for the Falcons. And Tripp stacked on the right side, single receiver out to the left. Motion. Duchesne, shotgun formation. Look, it throws it out to Mackey and brought down. Venegas can't bring him down, and Abney knocks him out of bounds on the completion to Tristan Payette. And 2nd down from the 22. It'll be 2nd down. He picked up 8 on the play. 2nd and 2. Trips to the left. Duchesne. Payette on his left side. Duchesne is shotgun formation for the Falcons. Look it. Going to give it up to Payette. Payette stutter steps. Goes to the outside. And Wyatt Johnson takes him out of bounds. Takes it inside the 20. And let's see where they spot it.
That yardage is good for a first down Falcons.
At the 19, 1st and 10 for Florence at the Viking 19-yard line. Trips out to the left side. Duchesne. Single setback on his left side. Duchesne looking, drops back, gonna roll. Looking late. Got a guy in the end zone. Throws it late. Completes it to Zalewski for the touchdown. And Buckland on the coverage on the crossing route to Zalewski as Duchesne was rolling out to his right, throws on the run, and that guy can really sling the ball for Florence, the coach's son. So 9:53 to go, and the Falcons are on the board. Duchesne will hold. Zalewski on for the extra point try for the Falcons. Snap up, kick, booms it deep, and good by Zalewski. 9:53 to go here until halftime. And the Falcons lead 7-0 on the UPS Store scoreboard here from Florence, Montana. Class B state championship ball game. Bigfork bend not break, but right there, crossing route comes open. Need to put pressure on the quarterback. Defensive backs have a hard time covering for that long, and Duchesne has a gun of an arm. We'll be back with the second quarter kickoff as the Vikings will receive it, and I'll just stay right here because they're ready to go. And Zalewski will do the kicking for Florence, and that'll be Wyatt Hurd on the right side. Ferrier will go on his left side. Or check other side. Ferrier on the right side. Wyatt Hurd on the left side. Epperly back at his 5.
In the first half, Grizz 16, Bobcats 3.
And Zalewski to kick off. They're announcing the Grizz Cat score. I'm not going to say it here, but we're ready to kick off. Focus on this ball game. They look, kicked it deep. Epperly and Hurd battle for it at the 5. Epperly picks it up off the ground. Going to come right up the middle, and Epperly is hit.
Number 9, Isaac Epperly fields the kick at about the 10-yard line.
Epperly takes it out across the 15.
By number 24, Colton Rice.
Taking about Colton Rice on the tackle. Lifts up Epperly and stopped. The ball came out. He thought he had it, but Epperly was stopped. It'll be Viking football. Let's see where they spot it. At the 19-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Vikes at the 19. And Walker, Epperly out to the right side. Wallen will go in shotgun formation, split backs on either side. Taylor on his right, Ferrier on his left. Wallen takes the snap, gonna hand it up. Taylor up the middle, right side, takes it across out near the 25-yard line, maybe the 24, and gets it out right at the 24. Pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Vikes. And Hayden Taylor on the stop, 21. Caden Taylor, for the Falcons. 2 receivers out to Epperly and Walker. Shotgun formation this time. Going to handle up the middle. There goes Levi Taylor. Or check that. Ferrier on the carry. And said Wallen kept it. No gain. Well, just short of the 25. Maybe picked up a half yard. Need to get out. And I'll call it 3rd down and 5 for the Vikings. A long 4. And they'll send Walker, Epperly to the right. Split backs. Wallen, shotgun formation for Bigfork. Going to head up Ferrier, right side. He's going to be tripped up as he crosses the 25 out near the 27-yard line. He'll get out to be 4th and 2 for the Vikes. At the 27-yard line, they need to get out to the 29. It'll bring up a 4th down and 2. Ferrier will have to punt deep in Viking territory. Back to receive at number 3, Zalewski for the Falcons. And Ferrier back near his 16-yard line and ready to punt for the Vikings. And a nice punt there by Ferrier. Crosses into and rolls sideways. Going to get a big fork roll inside near the 40-yard line. Wallen covers it up at 41-yard line of Florence. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the 41. 7:49 to go here till halftime. And the Falcons lead 7-0 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard here from Florence, Montana. And they'll go trips out to the left side. Single receiver on the right. Duchesne in shotgun formation. Payette on his left side. They said Bigfork jumped. As flag flies on either side. Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense on Bigfork. That'll cost them 5 yards. Bring up 1st and 5 as they spot it at the 46-yard line. Duchesne, shotgun formation, trips to the left, wide side. Ball on the right hash. Payette on his left side. Duchesne can give it to Payette. Payette, right side. Taylor can't quite bring him up, down, and run up, take it out of bounds there by Jackson Abney down in the Bigfork territory at the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Bigfork 40 for the Falcons. They'll send trips as the ball is a right hash. Trips out to the left side. Single receiver on the right side. And Duchesne, shotgun formation. Payette on his left side. And that is trips out to the left side. Duchesne, Payette on his right side. And look. Duchesne looking to pass. Oh, it'll push pressure put on. And broken up. Pass intended for Zalewski in and out of the hands as Abney on the coverage for the Vikes. Falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Falcons right at the 40-yard line of Bigfork. Here from Florence, Montana. 7:38 here to go till halftime. Duchesne will go shotgun formation. Receiver out to the right. 2 out to the left. Right hash. Duchesne takes the snap. Looking, throw it, screen out. Quick out to Zalewski. And Epperly brings him down. Zalewski dives forward near the 30. And let's see if they spot it right at the 30. A pickup of 10. And right hash, right at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. And 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver out to the right. Pyatt on the left side of Duchesne. Shotgun formation, motion, goes shoot, left to right. Fakes it. Duchesne got the keeper up the middle and brought down by Goosey.
Number 15, Duchesne on the keeper.
And 45, Venegas.
By number 74, Braden Goosey.
And Goosey will go out. He'll pick it down to the 25, 2nd and 5, and trips out to the left side. Wide to the left, they'll stack him. 2 receivers to the right side. Duchesne in the backfield, shotgun formation by himself for the Falcons. On Mackey, left to right in motion. Duchesne rolling to the right, got all day, throws left, and Buckland nearly. Pass intended for Posey. Buckland right there a little bit late, but completion down inside the 15. And down to the 13-yard line, I believe. It'll be 1st and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Duchesne shotgun formation. Mackey on his left side, barking out the calls to the line. And Pyatt will move to his right side. And the whistle blows. Back judge, delay a game will be on the Falcons. That'll cost them 5 yards. They're back to the 18, 1st and 15 now. Sets the ball, winds the clock. 1st and 15 from the 18 for the Falcons. So Bigfork needs to come up with a big stop here. Otherwise, the Falcons will go up by 2 scores. Trips to the left, single receiver right. Duchesne shotgun formation. He's going to roll out to his left. Bigfork putting pressure on. And complete out there. Posey out to the left side, inside the 10. Wallen on the coverage for Bigfork. Inside the 10, I believe it down about the 7.
That brings up 2nd down.
2nd and about 4. For the Falcons. Doubles, 2 receivers each side. Duchesne, inside handoff, Mackey with the... Mackey runs it in for the touchdown from the 7-yard line. So touchdown for the Falcons on the inside handoff to Mackey. And 5:16 to go here. Florence has advertised they're really good and have a lot of weapons out there. Duchesne to hold, Zalewski to kick for the Falcons here with 5:16 to go until halftime. Kick up by Zalewski is good. 5:16 to go to halftime. And the Falcons lead 14-0 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. And I'll be back with more of this ball game here, the state championship from Florence, Montana. Be back with the kickoff here momentarily. All right, we're back here, Florence, Montana. Vikings ready to get the kickoff. Have a chance, need to put some points on the board here before halftime, down 14-0 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. And Zalewski will kick off. Epperly back deep. Right side is Ferrier, and the left side is Hurd, about the 15. Back at the 5 is Epperly, number 9. And Zalewski ready to kick off from his own 40. Kick is deep. Epperly takes it about the 3. And Epperly coming out, going to run up the right side. Epperly. And brought down by 24 on the far side. Colton Rice for the Falcons. So Epperly picks up about his 3, runs in the end zone, circles back around, and brings it out. And I'll see where they spot it here. And it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikes at their own 12-yard line with 5:09 to go, here in till halftime. Wallen will go shotgun formation. Walker, Epperly out to the left. Wallen going to roll left, looking. Finds guy late, throws it up. Buckland on the screen. And taken out of bounds as Buckland rolls right to left, taken down by number 16, Zach Dixon. And picks up 8 on the play, maybe 9. And 2nd down for the Vikings. 2nd and they'll call it 2, maybe a long one, right at the 20-yard line for the Vikes. So picked up of 8, we'll call it 2nd and 2. 2 receivers, trips out to the right side, Wallen, shotgun formation. He's going to roll to his right, looking, Wallen. Rolling way out, going to tuck it in and go. Wallen brings it up and takes it out near the 25-yard line. And a nice run there by Patrick Wallen. Nobody open downfield and tucks it and takes it out to the 25. That'll be enough for Vikings 1st down. They'll mark it at the 24. Correction, not the 25. So 1st and 10 for the Vikes at their own 24-yard line here. And 4:38 and counting till halftime. And so they'll send Walker and Epperly to the right. Shotgun formation. Buckland will go in motion. Wallen looking. Rolls. Taken down and sacked. Held on it too long as Wallen tries to get away. Mackey was getting in there, putting pressure on, and taken down by Caden Taylor. Back at the 15-yard line. And they got to get out to about the 35. So 2nd down, about 18. Walker, wide left. Epperly, wide right. Wallen will go shotgun formation. Taylor on his left side here on 2nd down. Gonna up Buckland, left side. Mackey. And Shoup on the stop on the carry by Buckland. He gets out across, out to the 17-yard line. And 3rd and about 17 for the Vikes. I'd probably call it 3rd and actually 18. Walker, Epperly, wide to the right. Gilliard, Buckland on the left side. Wallen, shotgun formation. And before the snap, timeout taken by the Vikings. They're 2nd here in the 1st half with 3:04 to go on a 3rd down play, and Coach Jim Benn wants to talk to him here. And 14-0, 3:04 to go here on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. Thanks to Marcus Balgos and Kelly Balgos and the folks at Bigfork Harvest Foods. We're sponsoring Bigfork Viking football. I'll be back with the rest of the 1st half here from Florence, Montana. All right, we're back here in Florence, Montana. Class B state championship ball game, 2021, and the Vikings have a 3rd down. 3rd and about 17 or 18. Gilliard, tight end on the left side. Split backs, Wallen, shotgun formation. 2 receivers out to the right, Epperly and Walker. Looking, Wallen looking. He's going to throw it deep over the middle. And over the hands of Posey. Pass falls incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Epperly on the post route. Right about the 50-yard line, it sails. It'll bring up 4th down And Ferrier back to punt for the Vikings. Back deep to receive is Payette, along with, I believe that's Shoop. No, check that. 3, Zalewski, inside their own the midfield, 50-yard line. And Ferrier about his 5 to receive the snap and punt. Hurd moves over the left side. Ferrier, nice kick, kicks it all the way out. Past the 50, he's going to take a Bigfork Viking roll. And touchdown there by Wyatt Hurd at the 44-yard line of the Falcons. 2:48 to go. On your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard, the Falcons are up 14-0 in the state championship ball game here from Florence, Montana. 406-270-7384. Text me, let me know you're listening, or on the chat, you can let me know. Give me a message. Duchesne in the backfield by himself. Stack trips on the right side. Motion comes Payette. Duchesne looking. Pressure put on Gilliard. Oh, he had him in the backfield. Gets up and runs it. Posey out of bounds. Patrick Wallen on the coverage on the pass from Duchesne, and that will be incomplete. Gilliard had him back at about the 35. Duchesne slips out of his hands. So almost a huge play there by Gilliard. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 44 for the Falcons. Trips out to the right side. Doubles, or twins, on the left side. Duchesne in the backfield by himself. Shotgun formation. Duchesne looking. They're looking to try to score again. Pressure, thrown deep. Right there is Epperly. Zalewski makes a nice catch as Epperly on the coverage. Couldn't quite knock it away. Down deep into Bigfork territory, inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. And 2:28 to go and counting. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Duchesne, same, trips to the right or left, doubles or twins to the right side. Duchesne, shotgun formation, snap, throws it out quickly. Right there, and tripped up. Wallen trips up Shoop. And Abney as well on the stop. Wallen tripped him up. Abney finished him off inside check that at the 24-yard line, and no gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 10, and timeout taken by the Falcons. Their first here in the first half. So they have 2 left. 2:08 to go, and 14-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. The Vikings trail. So Bigfork needs a big stop here to prevent them from scoring. The Falcons, as they get to take the kickoff in the second half. So out of the timeout, it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Falcons with 2:08 to go. Glad to be with you here in Florence, Montana for the state championship football game. And Duchesne will go alone in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Trips out to the right side. Twin receivers on the left side. Bigfork in a 3-4-4 defense. Duchesne looking. Fades back. Going to throw it deep. Got a man wide open. Mackey in the corner. Covered by Abney. And Mackey wide open as he runs the flag route. And touchdown for the Falcons. 2:02 to go. The Vikings have an uphill battle coming up in the second half. Got plenty of time, 2:02, to put something on the board. And Zalewski on for the extra point try for Florence. Duchesne to put it down. Snap, gets it down. Zalewski booms it through. It's good. 2:02 to go here to halftime. And the Falcons lead 21-0 on the UPS Store scoreboard. Here from Florence, Montana in the Class B State Championship ball game. So Thompson Falls is leading 14-0. 4:05 to go here till halftime in that game over in Thompson Falls. Good for them. They're out of 7B, just not in football. They play 8-man. So they're leading in Thompson Falls in that championship game. So the Vikes need to put something together here before halftime. It's like the Falcons have watched some film, and folks, I tell you, the Falcons are for real. They're a really good team. Duchesne has all day to play or throw, and got to get pressure on him. So the defense has an opportunity. They got a lot of weapons. Zaluski to kick off from his own 40. Ferrier goes back deep, or check that. Wyatt Hurd deep. Epperly on his left side, Ferrier on his right side. And the kick from Zaluski. Little squib kick. Wyatt Hurd picks it up, left side. Going to race out to the right side. There goes Hurd. He's out about the 35-yard line. Wyatt Hurd takes it all the way out to the 35-yard line. Taken out of bounds by number 13, Ethan Alexander. And see where they spot it. They're going to spot it right at the 35 on the right hash. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes. So about a 30-yard return for Hurd. Walker, left side. Epperly, right side. I formation. Wallen will go under center. Looking. Going to hand it off. Buckland right up the middle. He's up the right side. He tried out the 50. Fumbles it out of bounds. And Buckland up the right side. It's knocked out of bounds by 21. Caden Taylor. And he takes it out to the 48. So picks up 13. 1st and 10 for the Vikes. The clock will stop. 1:49 to go here at halftime. Till halftime. Excuse me. Epperly, wide right. Walker, wide left. High formation. Wallen will go under center. Taylor, Buckland behind him. In the eye. Hands it up. Taylor. Taylor right up the middle. Across the 50. Down near the 45-yard line of Florence. Right at the 45. And it'll be 2nd down and 3 as they need to get down to the 42. 129 and counting. Walker out left. Shotgun formation. Wallen looking to throw it. Rolls out to the right side. He's going to tuck it. He's got room up the right sideline. Going to run it all the way down inside. Enough for a 1st down as he takes it inside the 40. Down near the 35. And Mackey forces him out of bounds. Down to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikes at the Falcon 37. 1:18 to go here till halftime. Nick Walker, wide left. Epperly, wide right. I formation. Taylor, dotted by Buckland in the eye. Oh, and Epperly, procedure as he thought the goal was on 1. Flag flies to the far side. That'll push the Vikings back 5 yards and it'll bring up 15. 1st and 15, from the 42 of the Falcons. Walker out to the left. Epperly out to the right. Wallen will go under center. Taylor, and followed by Buckland in the I formation for the Vikings. Wallen looking, get it up to Buckland. Buckland right side. Buckland going to go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. He stops the clock. Pedersen on the tackle for the Falcons right at the 40. It'll bring up 2nd and 13. 1:13 to go here in the first half. And the Vikings driving at the Falcon 40-yard line. Epperly out to the left side. Stack trips on the right side. Wallen, shotgun formation. Buckland will go in motion. Going to roll out to the left side. Wallen's going to go back to the right side. Looking. Doesn't have a man open. Going to tuck it and go. There goes Wallen. He's inside the left. Back to the left side. He's down near the 30. Inside the 30. Breaks out. Down near the 20. Out of bounds. Inside the 20-yard line. And forced out of bounds by number 21, Caden Taylor. And a nice nobody open, so Wallen probably ran 70 yards on that. Inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes. And 59.8 to go, just under 1 minute to go. To here till halftime. And the Vikings on the drive. And so Walker and Epperly out to the right. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor on his right side. Buckland on the left wing. Wallen looking, rolling right. He's got Walker deep in the corner and broken up as that pass is intended for Walker near the goal line. 15, Patrick Duchesne on the coverage. A safety for Florence. And 53.9 to go. 2nd and 10 from the 18 of Florence. And Walker Epperly out to the right. Buckland on the left wing behind Gilliard. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor on his right side. Take the snap. Wallen looking. Throws the screen out to Taylor. Taylor going to run out to the right side. Duchesne going to try to bring him down near the 15. Duchesne on the tackle. And Bigfork will take their final timeout as they get it down to the 16. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 with 45.5 seconds to go. This is 4-down territory for the Vikings here as Coach Ben takes a timeout. Well, the Vikings could put something on the board. Some good energy going into the second half as they'll kick off starting the second half. Here in Florence. And believe the Vikings are now out of timeouts, but plenty of time, 45.5 to go here. And 3rd down and 8, definitely 2-down territory for the Vikings. And the Falcons break up their timeout, coming back out on defense. And Coach Jim Benn will step off the field along with the trainer, cleaning up some of the cleats. Walker Epperly go out wide to the left. The ball is on the right hash. Buckland in the slot on the left side. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor on his left side. Wallen looking. Going to roll out right. Wallen going to roll out to his left. Nice block. Wallen rolling out left. Going to run inside. Gets tripped up by Zalewski at about the 22-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down as he loses it back to the 22. It'll be 4th and 13. So Wallen will go shotgun formation. Walker Epperly out to left side, trips with Buckland. Wallen, Taylor on his right side. Wallen takes the snap. Going to roll out to the right side, looking. Going to throw it deep. Got Walker down there. Picked off in the end zone by Posey. Intended for Walker. Nick Walker down in the end zone for Bigfork as he went up for that. 5.7 to go. And Wallen's pass throwing a little bit inside as Nick Walker ran the old flag route, breaking to the right side, and Walker down in the end zone for Bigfork. So interception by Florence. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20 with 5.7 to go and up 21-0 on the UPS Store scoreboard here from Florence, Montana. The Class B state championship game between the Florence Falcons and the Bigfork Vikings. And Walker's still down. Trainer out there, Lauren. For Bigfork. And I just think he landed incorrectly, trying to go up for that, battling with Posey. It looks like he maybe had twisted an ankle, helping him off. Ethan Rodriguez, as well as the coach. And that'll be a big loss if they don't have Nick Walker the rest of the way. Maybe Lauren can work her magic here during halftime. So the Vikings will go on defense with 5.7 to go. Duchesne will go shotgun formation. Trips out to the right side. Single receiver out to the left. Ball in the center of the field. Payette right next to Duchesne. It looks like the Falcons may try to throw it. So you lose the DN, Walker, as well. He's going to hand it off. Payette with the ball. Middle. Brought down by Levi Taylor as he crosses out near to the 28-yard line. Picks up of 8. That's your halftime. And your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard says the Florence Falcons 21, the Bigfork Vikings 0. I'll be back with your halftime stats here from Florence, Montana, the 2021 Class B State Championship ball game here from Florence. We'll be back momentarily. Well, welcome back to Florence, Montana. The Vikings down 21-0 at halftime here on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard here. And halftime brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. What's keeping from getting fit? Discounted guest passes, personal training. Doug and Nancy Malum and the folks at the Montana Athletic Club. Thank you for sponsoring Bigfork Viking football. We'll take a look at your halftime stats. I'll take care of one more thing that I got to do here. Teamwork. Northwestern Energy salutes all of the players, coaches, and fans of Montana High School Association sports. Montana students instill pride in all of us and inspires with their teamwork. Northwestern Energy team members also believe in the power of the teamwork. Working together, we can continue a tradition of dedicated service. Northwestern Energy, a proud sponsor of the Montana High School Association. Taking a look at your halftime stats, and mostly no score in the first quarter, and then Florence put up 21 in the second, and they do have a lot of weapons. Game leaders, first of all, for Bigfork, 5 of 9 for 2 yards. For Wallen, Buckland, 10 carries, 58 yards, and no touchdowns. Taylor, 2 receptions, 8 yards. For Florence Carlton, Patrick Duchesne, 15 of 19, 202 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tristan Payette, 6 carries, 39 yards. Luke Mackey, 5 receptions, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Falcons. Overall, plays 31 for Bigfork, 30 for Florence.
Yards, Big Fork 101, Florence 235. Time of possession pretty close, 13:32 for Big Fork, 12:56 for Florence. Rushing attempts, 22 for 99 for Big Fork and 10 for 21 for Florence. So Big Fork winning on the rushing side, but losing on the passing side here. 5 of 9 for Big Fork, 2 yards, and 16 to 20, 214 for the Falcons. One interception right there in the end zone, like a punt there on 4th down by Wallen. 3 touchdowns for Florence. Florence, 1 turnover, 2 fumbles, one lost. First downs, Big Fork 7-15 for Florence. Third down efficiency, Big Fork 2 for 7. That's the big difference. 2 for 3 for Florence. Florence 1 for 1 on 4th down. Big Fork 0 for 2. Penalty yards, 4 for 30 yards for Big Fork, 3 for 25. And punts, 4 for Big Fork, 32.8 yards. A nice job done there by Joseph Ferrier. Overall for Big Fork, 5 of 9, 2 yards and 1 interception by Wallen. Buckland, 10 attempts, 58 yards. Wallen, 6 attempts, 21 yards. And did a nice job there when he tucked it and ran there towards the end. Picked up some big yards, did Wallen there when nobody was open. Then Levi Taylor, 5 for 17. Ferrier, 1 for 3. Receiving, Levi Taylor, 2 receptions. And Zalewski with the extra point try, 7-0. 5:16 left to play. Tristan Payette, pass complete to 44, Luke Mackey. I don't think that was right. That's Duchesne to Mackey for 12 yards. Epperly on the coverage. And Zalewski's kick has got 14-0. Then 2:02 to go till halftime. Duchesne to Mackey again for 19 yards and touchdown. And 21-0 at halftime here. And halftime brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. We'll be back with the second half here from Florence, Montana in the Class B State Championship ballgame as the Vikings trail on the Montana Athletics Club scoreboard, 21-0. I'll be back here from Florence, Montana.
Well, welcome back to Florence, Montana. Halftime. And the Vikings coming back out. 119, and then we'll put 3 more minutes on, get warmed up here in the second half. The Vikings will kick off to start the second half, so Florence will get the football and up 21-0. The second half brought to you by the UPS Store. For all your printing and shipping needs, 439 Grand Avenue, Bigfork, Montana, 837-2002, including banners and posters. Thank Brad Stodshill, the folks at the UPS Store, for all the support of Bigfork Athletics and the Bigfork Vikings during their run here to the state championship ball game. Well, the Vikes have a tough road here in the second half. First thing they need to do is stop Florence as they'll receive the second half kickoff. But, you know, folks, Florence has a lot of weapons. If you haven't got to see him this first time, I've got to see him. A lot of Vikings fans over there, probably their first time, unless they came down for the game on senior night for volleyball in the regular season. But Bigfork held with them in the first half, and then the Florence took off. But they've got a lot of weapons. A very good quarterback. He doesn't have pressure on him. He has all day to throw. There's a reason why they're 11-0 on the season. And just a really good team. And Bigfork, has an opportunity here in the second half, but it's going to be a tough battle here in the second half for the Vikes. But that's why they play the games. And glad to be with you here from Florence, Montana. Class B state championship ball game as the Vikings trailed by 21 at halftime here on the UPS Store scoreboard. Glad to be with you. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. 406-270-7384. Let me know if you're listening out there. Appreciate it. Glad to be here. Regardless, it's been a great season for the Vikings. Seniors getting here to the state championship game had a tough road, traveling over 1,600 miles, the most by any team in Class B, to get to the state championship game. All the games on the road, no home games, as they were the 3rd seed out of the West. The West very strong. You had 3 teams in the semifinals, and here, so the West very strong here, and the Falcons, I would say, are a little bit above, but hey, Bigfork has a chance. It's got to get a stop here in the second half and put it in. I thought they had a chance there. They had to put that one in the end zone and touchdown, and down by 14 rather than by 21. Mary Jensen listening, it's not over yet. That is true. It ain't over till the clock strikes 0. You never know what happens or what can happen on the field. That's why they play the games. So, getting ready for the second half from Florence, Montana. The 2021 Class B state championship ball game. I'll let you know Florence is leading 14-8. Thompson Falls leading 14-8 at halftime in 8-man. So good luck to Thompson Falls and the Blue Hawks in that one, playing at home. So Bigfork to kick off, Florence to receive the second half kickoff here from Florence, Montana. Again, the middle of the field a little bit slick. It'll be interesting to see if Nick Walker will be able to come out and play in the second half. The DN for Bigfork puts a lot of pressure, chasing down the quarterback as well as a wide receiver. That means somebody will have to step up. Tristan Hurd out there, number 1 for the Vikings to kick off here for the second half. And back deep, it'll be Blake Shoup along with Levi Posey to receive for the Falcons. And they'll go back at about their 10-yard line. And Hurd to kick off from the right hash for the Vikings. We're about ready to get underway here in the third quarter. Here from Florence, Montana, the Vikings trailing 21-0 here in Florence. Thanks all your texts and checking in with me. I think the chat might be down right now, but I'm trying to reconnect. And here we go as Tristan Hurd to kick off for Bigfork here to start the third quarter. His kick squibs it deep, going to be picked up at about the 20 by Florence, by Posey. Posey out there, and Wyatt Johnson in on the stop along with Jordan Betts. And Posey takes it out to the 36. And also looked like number 17 for Bigfork, Malachi Comley, in on the tackle as well. It'll be 1st and 10 for Florence at their own 36-yard line here to start the second half. And they'll send trips as the ball is on the left hash. Trips out to the right. And Duchesne in shotgun formation. Payette right next to him on his right side. Snap by Duchesne. Throws the screen out to shoot. Shoot right there. And brought down, fumbled it, but got it back as Venegas takes him down. Zalewski nearly lost that. Bigfork would have picked up a big turnover there. He hangs on to it, gets out to the 45-yard line, picks up 9 on the wide receiver screen, and it'll be 2nd and 1. Zalewski wide right. 2 receivers out to the left side. Shotgun formation to Shane. Mackey will move over to the left side. Payette right next to him, left side. Gives it up to Payette. Payette on the run right there. Levi Taylor in on the stop along with Betts for Bigfork. Betts and Taylor on the stop at the Bigfork 49. And 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Bigfork 49-yard line. So they'll send twin receivers out to the left side, single receiver on the right. And Duchesne, shotgun formation. Left side is the running back. Gives it out to Payette. Payette right up the middle, right there. Ethan Rodriguez says no, no, no. Grabs him and pulls him. Ethan Rodriguez, a gain of 1 on the play for Payette down to the 48-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. So Bigfork needs to come up with a big stop on this series. 2 receivers out to the right, or make that trips out to the left, Ball on the right hash. Duchesne going to roll out to his left. Pressure put on, throws it backside. Wide open is Zalewski. Epperly on the coverage, and Zalewski falls down as he runs the post route on the backside. Duchesne gets it to him, and all the way down to the 10-yard line. They'll check that. They'll mark it at the 11. And 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Bigfork 11-yard line. Duchesne, shotgun formation. Payette left side. Twin receivers on the left side and single receiver on the right. Motion goes Posey. Ross fakes it off. Duchesne going to run it right up the middle. Hurdles. And I thought you couldn't hurdle in high school. As Duchesne jumps up. Buckland got penalized for that in Townsend. And that's what Jim Benn is saying. Hey, you cannot do that. And touchdown for the Falcons. Zalewski on for the extra point try. Yeah, no penalty on it. Zalewski from the middle. Kicks it, this kick a little bit low, but he gets it through. 9:46 to go here in the third quarter. And 28-0 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. In the state championship game. So a little tougher road for the Vikes here. And I'm surprised that, honestly, that there was no penalty called on that. Buckland, I remember in the game where the Sweat got knocked down on the block. Instead of stepping on him, he hurdled over him, got called for the penalty for hurdling. And I think the officials are talking about that one. Duchesne went in, jumped up in the air like he's hurdling somebody, and no penalty flag on that. But it is what it is. So I'm a little bit surprised by that, to be honest. So Zalewski to kick off. Wyatt Hurd back at his 5. Epperly, left side. Ferrier on his right side. And Zalewski to kick off for the Falcons. 9:46 to go here in the third quarter. And the Vikings need to put something on the board here in this drive. Zalewski's kick deep. And a touchback. It'll be Bigfork football at the 20-yard line as it rolls through the end zone. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes. 9:46 to go, no time off the clock. No return on that. And Bigfork just needs to take it down and put it in the end zone. Get a score up. Let's see who's going to come out for the Vikes. Epperly goes out wide right. Direct snap. Wallen, I formation. Direct snap, to Buckland. They are running
Number 11,
a wildcat, if you will. Direct snap to him, as in the backfield was Taylor and Buckland. The same thing. They're going to run the wildcat.
26, Cat, 3.
Oh, snap low. And jumping on it is Taylor back inside the 20, all the way back. And a loss by Bigfork as that snap is low.
A fumble on the play, recovered by number 3, Levi Taylor.
They call it a fumble, but it's a bad snap. Taylor just jumps on it all the way back. I believe at the 17.
In the third quarter, Hamilton leads Laurel 14-7.
17-yard line. They got to get out to the 42, so 2nd and 24. Wallen will come in at quarterback. 2 receivers out to the left side. Wallen looking, throwing the screen over the middle. Intended. And pass falls incomplete on the screen. Couldn't quite see who they're throwing to. It will be at the 17. That'll bring up 3rd down and 25 for the Vikes. So Tristan Hurd coming in at wide receiver for Walker Gilliard, wide to the left. 2 receivers out wide right. Wallen will go in shotgun formation, alone in the backfield. Wallen looking and throw it deep. Wide rolls out to his left, looking. Going to roll out to his right, throws it backside. Throws it to Buckland. Buckland going to take it up, keeps going up now near the 30-yard line. Buckland right at the 30. Gets most of it back. And 4th and 12. And Ferrier will come on to punt for the Vikes. And Zalewski back deep inside his 35 down. Back at about his 30-yard line to receive the punt for the Falcons. 8:02 to go and counting. 28-0. On your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard, the Vikings trail here from Florence, Montana in the state Class B football championship. And delay a game on Bigfork. That'll cost them 5 more. Back at the 25, so 4th and 17. Ferrier inside is 15. Receive the snap and ready to punt. Wallen looking fake. Wallen looking, going to be taken down.
Number 2, Patrick Wallen on the keeper.
Keeps it, doesn't get it off.
There's a flag on the play.
And a flag. It's probably procedure on Bigfork.
Famous fried noodles at the concession stand.
Back at the 15. They're going to decline the penalty. It'll be 1st and 10. Turnover on downs. So procedure against Bigfork. As Wallem, two guys were in motion is what it was. Hurd was moving to the right, and Wallem was moving to the left. Wallem was going to get the pitch and roll out to his left and throw. Those procedure penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 for Florence at the Viking 15-yard line. Trips to the left. Single receiver to the right. Duchesne, shotgun formation. Payette on his left side. Mackey will go in motion. Takes a direct snap, pitches it out to Duchesne. Duchesne throwing backside to Payette. And Taylor on the coverage of Mackey. Pass intended for Mackey falls incomplete. Mackey takes the snap, pitches it to Duchesne, then goes out on the old trick play by the Falcons. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 15 for the Falcons. Here, 28-0 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Duchesne, shotgun formation, trips out to the left. Payette on the snap. Betts and Venegas in on the stop. Takes it down to the 10-yard line. Picks up about 5 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down and 5 from the 10-yard line. Single receiver out to the right side. 2 receivers out to the left. Duchesne, or check that. Doubles. 2 receivers each side. Duchesne, shotgun formation. Payette right behind him. And like it, he's in the eye. Duchesne fakes it, looking. He's got all day to throw. Throws it late. Hits Shoop in the back of the end zone. Buckland on the coverage. 6:37 to go here in the third quarter. And the Vikings now trail 34-0 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Well, gave the Falcons a short field there on the fake punt.
4:31 to go in the third. Thompson Falls, 26. Drummond, 8.
And Duchesne to put it down. Zalewski for the extra point try for the Falcons. Kick it up. This time he booms it again. Down the middle. 6:37 to go here in the third quarter. The Falcons up 35-0 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard in the state championship ball game. So a very tough road for the Vikings to overcome, but plenty of time, but they need to put something up on the board. Looks like Nick Walker is out for the Vikings, who hurt his ankle on that touchdown attempt from Wallem in the first half. And Zalewski to kick off for the Falcons. Wyatt Hurd will go back deep. You got Ferrier on one side, Epperly on the other. And Hurd back inside near the goal line. He'll take it. Actually, he'll stand right at the Bigfork 5-yard line. Epperly out to his left, Ferrier to his right. Zalewski to kick off for the Falcons. With 6:37 to go. Kick. Oh, the penalty flag flies in as they do an onside kick. Recovered by Bigfork, and the officials getting together as the penalty flag flew. The Falcons could have been offsides. I'm not sure why they're kicking an onside kick up 35-0 in the championship game. See what the white hat says right there. Somebody got hit pretty hard, Jordan Betts. Illegal procedure on the kick by Florence. 5-yard penalty.
Against the Falcons,
And they'll have to kick again, back 5 yards at their own 35-yard line. .634 to go. And Zalewski to kick. This time he'll kick it deep. Goes out of bounds. Flag will fly. That's a procedure against the Falcons.
Resulting in a flag on the play.
So Bigfork will get it probably at their 25-yard line. Supposed to be objective as a PA announcer guy here on the radio, and I'm not sure, the sportsmanship behind that, trying to do an onside kick up by 35 points.
Ball will be spotted on the 40-yard line.
Bigfork with the ball at the 40-yard line. 2 receivers wide right, 1 wide left. Wallen will go in shotgun formation for the Vikings. Levi Taylor in motion. Wallen will throw it deep. Picked off. As pass was intended for Tristan Hurd. Number 22 uncovered Jace Pedersen on the interception at the Falcon 26-yard line. And Wallen's pass just a little bit underthrown, intended for Tristan Hurd. And the Falcons with the football at their own 31-yard line. Duchesne will go shotgun formation. Single receiver left. 2 receivers out to the right side. Payette right next to him. Duchesne gives it to Payette. Payette up the middle. Gilliard on the stop, along with Goosey. Takes it out across the 35, out to the 36-yard line. Picks up 5, 2nd and 5 for the Falcons. Doubles, 2 receivers each side. Duchesne, shotgun formation. Payette. Right next to him on the left side. Gives it up to Payette. Payette right there. Up the middle. Brought down by Hurd. And Venegas on the stop as well for Bigfork. Payette will get across the 40 out to the 43-yard line. And that'll bring a first down for the Falcons. 4:54 and counting here. And they'll run twins out to the right side, single receiver left. Duchesne, shotgun formation. We'll give it to Payette. Screen out to Shoop. Shoop right there. Gets by Epperly. Shoop outside. Buckland as well as Abney on the stop. On the wide receiver screen to Shoop. He gets it across into Bigfork territory at the 49-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Falcons. Stack trips on the left side. Single receiver right. Duchesne, shotgun formation. Payette on his left side. Duchesne gets it to Payette. Payette right up the middle. Venegas in on the stop, along with Wallen, as Payette gets down inside the 40 at about the 36-yard line. Check that. They'll spot it at the 37-yard line, and 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the 37. Trips to the left side. Ball in the middle of the field. 1 receiver right, Duchesne. Payette on his right side. Duchesne going to have that Payette. Payette will run up the middle. Wyatt Johnson gets him at the feet. Trips him up. And 66, Ethan Rodriguez as well. inside the 35 at the 34, picks up 3, 2nd and 7. 3:02 to go and counting here in the third quarter, and the Falcons up 35-0 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Duchesne alone in the backfield, trips out to the left side, doubles or twins to the right side. Payette goes in motion. Duchesne's going to keep it. Stiff arm. Duchesne run out of bounds by Epperly. With 2:35 and counting. Duchesne gets inside the 30, down to the 25. 1st and 10 for the Falcons from the Viking 25-yard line. Two receivers left, one to the right side. Duchesne shotgun formation for the Falcons. Snap, gives it to Payette. Payette up the middle. Gilliard trips him up and brought down there by Levi Taylor. And Taylor showing sportsmanship, picking up Payette as Payette's down to the 16-yard line. He picks up 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Duchesne, shotgun formation snap. Duchesne's going to run, throws it to Zalewski. Zalewski, Gilliard takes him out of bounds. Along with Abney. Gilliard and Abney on the tackle. Inside the 5 at the 4, 1st and goal for the Falcons at the 4-yard line. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Duchesne, shotgun formation motion, goes pose left to right. Gives it to Payette. Payette, goosey right there, slows him down. Gets away, and Payette in for the touchdown for the Falcons. And the clock will continue to run. Is Mercy at 35. And the clock will run out here in the third quarter. 30 seconds to go. And Zalewski on for the extra point try for the Falcons. Kick is up and good. 13.9 to go. The clock will stop here in the third quarter. The Falcons lead 42-0 on Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. Here from Florence, Montana in the state championship ball game. In this game about out of reach, I think, for the Vikings. Just trying to survive here. We go to the fourth quarter. A big uphill battle to go. And the Falcons will kick off to the Vikes here in the third quarter as it stops. Hurd will go back deep, as well as Ferrier and Epperly to receive. Hurd back inside his 5. Zalewski to kick off from his 40. 13.9 to go here in the third quarter.
A quick update from Thompson Falls with 11 minutes left to play in the game. Thompson Falls 40, Drummond 8.
Thompson Falls up 40-8 in that championship game, so good for them. Zalewski to kick off. Kicks it deep, little flat kick, and Hurd will pick it up about his 5. And turn out to his right side. There goes Hurd. Right side. He's out near the 40, the 50. Hurd sprinting up the sideline. 50 inside the territory of the Falcons, inside the 45, but a flag back inside around the 20-yard line. And that may be coming back. As a flag back at the 21. Holding call against, I believe, Bigfork.
Illegal block in the back against Bigfork.
And illegal block in the back. They'll take that penalty and see where it's going to be spotted. They got to mark it off first. It's at the 21-yard line where the flag was, and that should take them back, I believe, 10 yards. We'll see where they spot it. That's the end of the third quarter. 42-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. The Vikings trail in the state championship ball game. But hats off to Bigfork for making it here. Florence is very talented. The only thing I will disagree with them, up 35-0, trying a onside kick. So Bigfork back at their 11-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes at the 11. And they'll go I formation. Ferrier behind Taylor. Wallen will go under center. Tristan Hurd and Epperly out to the right side for Bigfork. Wallen gives it up. Gives it to Ferrier. Ferrier, left side.
Number 34, Joseph Ferrier.
So Ferrier on the carry.
Taken down by number 5,
Blake Shoup on the stop. Gets it out to about the 12. Maybe picked up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Vikings. And the clock's going to run nonstop except for timeouts here in the ball game. Epperly, wide right. Hurd out to the left. I formation. Walla will go under center. Levi Taylor. Ferrier behind him. Gives it up to Taylor. Taylor right side. Breaks to the outside. And on the stop is Mackey.
taken down by number 44, Luke.
On the stop, Mackey and Payette helping Taylor up. Picks up a couple more yards.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming off the field.
That's the only thing I have a complaint about. The onside kick up
Number
35-0.
44.
It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Vikes. Hand off to Taylor. Taylor in the backfield fighting for yards. Gets across about out to the 15-yard line.
Levi Taylor on the carry. Taken down by number 24, Colton.
24 on the stop. Colton Rice. So that'll be 4th down for the Vikes. They'll punt here. It's 4th and 7. Ferrier to punt for the Vikings. Back deep is Payette and Zalewski inside the 50-yard line for the Falcons. Ferrier can take the snap. Hurd in motion. Ferrier gets a snap. Gets it off. A nice punt. And Payette up the sideline. Flag flies. That's going to be the area holding. Payette taken down by Betts inside the 15, but I think that one's going to come back. 2 flags out near the 40 on the return. As Payette picks it up at the 49, a Bigfork takes it all the way down. And that one will come back for Florence. And that's going to be right at the 40-yard line. And, yes, the indication from the officials down there, it is against Florence. And I'll see what the white hat says here momentarily. So it'll take them back to the 50-yard line. So it was either holding or illegal block in the back. I'm going to say holding because that's 10 yards out to the 50 and 1st and 10 for the Falcons. They'll remain in shotgun formation. Duchesne trips on the left side tight. 2 receivers out to the right. Payette will go in motion, gets the pitch. Pitch up the right side. And Buckland in on the stop along with Venegas. Down near the 40-yard line. Wyatt Johnson as well. And they'll pick up 9 on the play. 2nd down and 1. 9 minutes to go in the ball game. and trips out to the left side. Ball on the right side. Duchesne on the right hash. Duchesne in shotgun formation. Payette on his right side. Going to hand it off to Payette. Payette up the middle. Taken down by Levi Taylor at about the 35-yard line. So Taylor on the stop. Payette gets the first down. 1st and 10 from the Bigfork 35 here. Clock running, 8:20 to go in the ball game. And 1st and 10 for the Falcons. They'll send 2 receivers left. 1 receiver out to right. Mackey tight on the left wing. Duchesne on the right side. Mackey moves over to the right side. Duchesne in shotgun formation. Hands out to Payette. Payette, right side, running, stutter step. Gets out to the right side and taken out of bounds, I believe, by Levi Taylor. Taylor helping him up. So Taylor on the stop. The senior not giving up. He keeps playing hard. Down to the 21-yard line. And 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the 21-yard line. $7:32 to go. Florence will take a timeout. 7:32 to go. On your UPS store scoreboard, the Falcons lead 42-0, and looks like they're going to win the state championship ball game. But I got to say a big thank you to all my sponsors out there: Bigfork Harvest Foods, Montana Athletic Club, the UPS store, Flathead Lake Lodge, Hanson Excavating for all their support here, bringing you Viking football. So they're going to take some of the kids out and taking the seniors off for Florence here. That's why the coach took the timeout. I can see that. Payette coming out of the ball game as well. A new quarterback for, looks like Ethan Alexander is now the quarterback, a sophomore at 6'2". They'll run 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Alexander going to hand it off. No, he keeps it. Right side, Wyatt Johnson in on the stop.
Number 13, Ethan Alexander on the keeper.
Alexander on the keeper. Takes it down inside the 20, and Florence will take another timeout to get more of their seniors out of the ball game here. It looked like they're going to capture the state championship here for the 2021.
For the final time, number 5, play.
I like that, taking timeout, and for the right, getting the substitutes in.
And number 57, Jerry McNair. And number 44, Luke Mackey.
Florence going to lose a lot of seniors here on the.
And now into the game, a senior, number 82, Dylan Meininger.
Like 11 seniors. Snap. Taken down. Wyatt Hurd in on the stop.
Number 21, Caden Taylor.
21, Caden Taylor, the senior. Running back. Back up. Running back.
And then leaving the field for the final time, number 3, Caden Johnson. And leaving the field for the final time, number 82, Dylan Meininger.
So they'll go trips out to the left side. Alexander, shotgun formation, 1 receiver on the right side. Flag flies. It looks like procedure as the guy on the right side for Florence jumped. So a false start, taken back 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 13. Back at the 24-yard line, excuse me. You got to get down to the 12. So I got 3rd and 13. Got to get down to 11, excuse me. And they'll send trips out to the left side. Shotgun formation is Alexander. Going to hand it off to the running back this time. Brought down by the Vikings.
Number 21.
43.
On the carry. And leading the field.
Wyatt Johnson.
Number 22. Jay Patterson.
So Falcons still substituting, getting their seniors off the field.
And number 21, Gaden Taylor.
It'll bring up 4th and 12. And Alexander shotgun formation. Doubles, or check that. Twins out to the left side. Going to hand off, inside handoff there. And brought down. Tripped up.
Ryan Winters on the carry. Taken down.
Wyatt Johnson on the tackle.
Wyatt Johnson.
And turnover on downs as they do not get the first down. They get it down to the 21. 1st and 10 for the Vikes.
And a huge shout out.
5:10 and counting here to go. And timeout, or excuse me.
Patrick Wallen.
And so Bigfork doing the same thing, taking a timeout, getting their seniors off the. Wallen going off. Levi Taylor for the Vikes.
Number 11,
George Buckland.
Number 21, Jackson Abney.
Abney going off as
Number
well.
30, Wyatt Hurd.
Wyatt Hurd. So the announcer
Number 30,
honoring the seniors.
Olsen.
Andrew Olson as well. The seniors.
Number 44, Vaughn Benley.
Von Penley didn't get a chance, or Olson to get in the ball game today. Venegas, again, strong performance by him. As we wrap things up here from Florence, Montana. Thank you, Brad Stodshill. I appreciate that. Thanks for sponsoring. They're honoring all the seniors for Bigfork as well. And they'll go I formation. I think Wallen's still under center for Bigfork. Yep, he's going to toss it out. Wyatt Hurd, right side, gets across the 25 out near the 26, 27-yard line. And he'll pick up a few. Let's see where they spot. They're going to spot at the 26-yard line. So pick up a 5, 2nd and 5 for the Vikes. Under 4:45 and counting here to go in the ball game. The Vikings trail 42-0 here on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. One receiver left, one right. I formation. Wallen will go under center. Taylor, Levi Taylor, Hurd behind him. Give it out to Hurd. Hurd going to go left side, breaks to the outside. He's out to the 35, 40, 45. Hurd across the 45 of Bigfork out near the 46. And we'll see where they're going to spot it. They're going to spot it right at the 45. And the Vikings will pick up a first down. They'll get the ball on the left hash, 4:05 to go here. And a first down for Bigfork as they're going to try to at least get a score on the scoreboard against Florence. Andrew Olson out wide right. Tristan Hurd out to the left. Wyatt behind Levi Taylor. Wallen under center. Going to give it up. Levi Taylor going to run it right up the middle. Cross midfield into Falcon territory down to the 49-yard line. Pick up a 6. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Wally Fisher on number 51 on the stop for the Falcons. And Olson, wide right, Hurd. As Tristan wide left. I formation, Wallen will go under center. Hurd behind Taylor. Flag
on the play.
And offsides. Flag on Falcons. They lined up in the neutral zone. And that'll be enough for a first down. It was 2nd and 5. So 1st and 10 for the Vikes at the 44-yard line. Wallen will go under center. I formation. Wallen looking. Looking to throw to Olsen. Olsen out there, pass underneath. Is Wallen's pass intended for Andrew Olsen underneath. Tyler Abbott on the coverage, 23 for the Falcons. So Olsen will go out to the right. Hurd to the left. That's Tristan. I formation, Wallen under center for Bigfork with 2:18 to go. Gonna give it to Wyatt Hurd. Wyatt Hurd up the left side. Gotts gets down near the 30-yard line.
Number 30, Wyatt Hurd on the carry.
And spots it about the 31, I believe.
Taken down by
No,
number
right
41,
at the 30.
Smith.
31 on
Number 79, Jared Weaver.
79. And let's stop Jared Weaver for the Falcons. And 41, Mose Smith. So Wallen will go under center. In I formation, Taylor, Hurd behind him. And toss it out to Hurd. Hurd going to go to the right side. Taylor leading the way. Gets it up the right side. Takes it down inside the 25.
On the carry. Pushed out of bounds by number 9, Ryan Winter.
Number 9, and then stop Ryan Winters for the Falcons. They'll get it down to the 25-yard line. Pickup of about 6. 2nd and 4 for the Vikes. 1-10 and counting. Tristan Hurd left. Olsen to the right. Split backs. Or check that. Hurd will go on the wing. Wallen shotgun formation. Low snap. Wallen looking. Wallen going to roll out to his left, looking for a guy. Anybody open. Wallen going to run. Miller takes it down, takes it inside the 15, down to about the 14.
Number 2, Patrick Wallen on the carry. Taken down by number 23, Tyler Abbott. And number 65, Harrison Sheff.
And timeout taken by Bigfork. 38.6 to go at the 14-yard line. And first and 10 for the Vikes at the Falcons' 14-yard line.
Was good for a first down, Vikings. Ball is spotted on the 14-yard line.
So 2 receivers out to the right side. Wallen shotgun formation. Taylor on his right side. Snap from Brown. Wallen looking. Throws it up in the air right there. Nearly intercepted by Florence. And the tip. Hurd almost got it in the back of the end zone. Bigfork will take a timeout with 24.9 to go, and 2nd and 10 from the 14. I think Coach Ben just wants to put points up here. And timeout taken by Bigfork. Again, thanks for all of you tuning in. Appreciate it. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. And let's wrap up the season for the fall sports, and we'll get ready for basketball just around the corner. And they'll send Olsen wide right with Tristan Hurd. And Coach Duchesne getting the ice bath. Wallen going to roll out to his right, looking. Throws it underneath. Tristan Hurd inside the 5. 15 seconds to go. That should be enough for first down. Wallen's going to come up and spike it. Going to call procedure. Flag flies, I believe. I don't know if Bigfork was set. 7.3 to go.
Flag on the play.
Offsides on the defense. Encroachment. So 7.3 to go. Fireworks going a little bit early before the game is over. 5 seconds, snaps, Wallen. Wallen looking over the middle. Wallen looking to run it in. Wallen stopped at the 1. And Falcons rush the field. Your final here in the Class B state championship ballgame. On your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard, it is the Florence Falcons 42 and the Bigfork Vikings 0. But the Vikings will get presented with the second place trophy and a great season by Bigfork. I'll be back with your full game stats here. Just a great job, by hats off to Bigfork. And hats off to Florence for getting it done. I love the 12-0. Just a really solid, very talented team for the Falcons. I'll be back with your full game stats here from Florence, Montana. Well, overall, 21 in the second, 21 in the third for Florence, winning that one 42-0. Overall, plays 50-54, Bigfork with 50. Yardage, Florence out more yards, 427-177. Time possession pretty even, 24-15 for Bigfork, 27-13. 35 for 150 yards rushing for Bigfork, 28 for 128 for Florence in the passing game. 7 for 15, 27 yards, 2 interceptions for Bigfork. For Florence, 21-26, 299 yards, 4 touchdowns. Turnovers for Bigfork 2, 1 for Florence. 13, double up on first down, 26-13. And, Wallen was 7-15 for 27 yards, 2 touchdowns. Oops, excuse me. Here, let me get this wrapped up. Hit the wrong button here for Bigfork. Buckland 11 for 70 yards. Carries Hurd 4 for 44. Wallen 8 for 32. Taylor 8 for 24. Joseph Ferrier 2 for 5. Receiving Buckland 3 for 12. Kristen Hurd 1 for 12. Taylor 2 for 8. Abney led the way in defense, 6.5 sacks. Betts with 6. Levi Taylor 5.5. Venegas 4. Buckland with 3.5. Wallen, Johnson, and Goosey 3 apiece. Wyatt Hurd, Ethan Rodriguez 1.5. Gilliard, Comley, Wickwire, Angus Anderson with 1 apiece, and Isaac Epperly with a half sack. Ferrier, 5 attempts, 172 yards, 34.11 within the 20-yard line. And then kick return stats, Wyatt Hurd 3 for 119 yards, and Epperly 2 for 17. Well, hats off to the Florence Falcons, the Class B state champions for 2021. That'll wrap it up for me here from Florence, Montana. I see Nick Walker on crutches. Looked like he had a knee injury. That's why he missed the second half. So congratulations. Bigfork will get their second place trophy. They get some hard work, folks. I want to go down there and greet them and talk to them as well. Haven't had a chance to wrap up their season. So congratulations to the Florence Falcons, the 2021 Montana Class B state champions. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. Glad to be able to broadcast the state championship game here from Florence, Montana. Unfortunately, didn't go our way today, but hats off to those seniors and really proud of them. So they're receiving their trophy right now. Thank you for joining me. Thank to all my sponsors. I really appreciate it. It's the last time signing off here for the fall and for Viking football here on BFST Events on YouTube. I'll be looking forward to you for the winter program and basketball coming up here shortly in a month or so. So, on behalf of myself, Bigfork High School, James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikings, thank you for tuning in to Bigfork Vikings football.